Alright, well, what we're working on today is a Lincoln, and that's an MKX. That's what we... Alright, so when you want to take these headlights off to do any work on them, you can change the bulbs by taking these off. That's fine. That's not what this is about. This is about popping this headlight off. There's a bolt right here. There's a bolt here. There's two bolts here. Okay. Some people say you could get some of these things all out without pulling the whole bumper off of there. Me, I think it's better just take the whole bumper off. But before you pop the bumper loose, you need to take the fog lamp loose and the clearing light. And what you'll see on this particular car, it's been wrecked, clearing light's gone on the passenger side. But that's what all this stuff looked like. Just kind of doing a courtesy, hey, let's have a look type video here. And you got your horns, windshield wiper washer. And when you get that, go to take that front bumper off, what you're going to do is you're going to take all these little screws out from the inner fender liner here. It's got little screws go all the way along down there. And then in the top right here, on this particular car, because it had been wrecked, and it wasn't fitting tight, someone had put screws through that little hole there. But when you pull this loose, it just pops loose. It just clicks in. But that's what it looks like. Got your air temperature, ambient air temperature here, collision sensor, two collision sensors. This particular hood pop thing, it goes through this little hole like this. And on this car, it wasn't routed properly, so you got to take this off and remove it and put it through the hole. So here's the other side, which is not very important, but I'm just kind of doing a quick go over side to side. I pushed this liner out of the way. It's not that big of a deal. Let's have a look at the bumper. As you can see, we got a whole bunch of screws all the way across the bottom. There's a splash shield that's got to come off. There's your marker light, your fog lamp. This is the passenger side. Marker light's gone on this side. Just take all those little screws out. To me, it's much easier to just take the whole bumper off. You don't want to ding and mess this thing all up. You see how this screw here is? Someone had put a screw in there because these little clips weren't holding properly. It's been in a wreck. There's supposed to be another clip here. And it's the same problem on this side. See, they put a screw in it to hold it. So sometimes you come across things like that. There's nothing you can do. There's little clips that go in all the way across the front. Little clips that go in everywhere. Okay, so I just grabbed the whole bumper assembly all at one time and just set it on there, okay? And these ends are just kind of clipped in there. Alright, now when you take these screws out and you want to get it apart, just pry it out from the bottom and slowly come out, and it just clicks out. But once you get it to click out, the whole thing goes south on you fast, okay? So be careful. But these little things, they just clip in there, and of course this one's missing and gone, so I'm going to have to put that screw back to hold it. But that's how that stuff looks. And then on this particular vehicle, all these little buttons, these plastic push pins were gone. I got a bunch of them. But that's how it is. That's how it sets in there. Got a couple screws I need to add to this side here. That screw in right there because it's a mess, but it holds it. That's the way it was when I got it. That's how it's going back. Alright, so here we've got the splash shield here. Just kind of push it back out of the way and you can get to the connectors. And then along here, this is where all those little bolts go, and there's another splash shield that goes right here that's not there right now. I'll get it in a minute. But
yeah, I was wondering about that.
That's just a clearing light.
I know, but I was wondering if
But truthfully, there's not much holding this bumper on there. There's really not much holding this thing on there. It's not. There's not much to it. With these fog lights, you just line up the big one and turn it, and it clicks past that little. It's got that little post that sticks out.
We'll see you later.
All right. You just turn it past that little post. You kind of bend it down. Probably won't be able to do it with one hand. That one is just to put it in and turn it, quarter turn. After you line up the little doodads. Goodness. Get in there. Well, can't do it left-handed, can I? It's got a wider register. There we go. Just a little quarter turn and that's it. And this one's busted and it's loose, but it works. That there, I'll have to bend this little tab down with one hand and turn this across it with the other. But that's kind of what things look like. I'm really surprised how little holds this bumper on. I mean, there's no braces or brackets, and if there is, they're gone. Whoever put it back together after it got wrecked didn't put any of that stuff back. But that's how it looks. Just a good, quick idea of how some of this stuff looks.